Good evening, everyone. Hope, as always, you had a wonderful weekend and you were ready to relax and play Monster Train with me. So, let's get into it and have a wonderful time. How you doing, by the way, Joe? Good to see you. I don't have any major specific plans. We're just going to keep doing more of the crowns and probably do more Soul Saver because we have a lot of crowns left to do and I have a lot of Soul Savior left to do. So, you know, there we go. Again, at some point we'll do the hat trick challenge once we're done with the crowns, probably. But yeah, I think let's start with. That's not the button I meant to press. There we go. Thanks for saying such kind words, Wrath. How you doing, by the way? I don't know what we want to play here. Let's do Hellhorned, I guess. Let's do... I don't know. Let's do Queen with Wormkin, I suppose. No, let's do Prince and Wormkin. And we're going to take Echo Break rather than Fracture. It's purely just a personal choice. They're both good starters. I generally like Echo Break more because it's able to kill enemies immediately before they can attack. Maybe less relevant to Monster Train 2, but I still think it's pretty good, especially since you typically are setting up bottom floor more often in Monster Train 2 than 1. And so being able to shoot something before it can attack, especially like this, sweep enemies in Savagery or whatever, pretty nice. Got a random question for you, Sal. Do you plan on checking out Monster Hunter Stories 3 when it releases? Heard talk about JRPGs and Monster Hunter in the past, so I got curious. Uncertain. There's a bunch of other games that I'm behind on that I would like to play. I didn't play any of the other Monster Hunter Stories games. I've heard they're good. I almost checked out Monster Hunter Stories 2 at one point. So, maybe. I hear so far that the demo was good and enjoyable, so I probably would like to play it. Just don't know if when I'll actually get around to doing that. Just laying down in bed, getting ready to watch some top-tier Jank and go to sleep while doing so? Well, sounds like a wonderful evening to me. Oh, okay. How you doing, Splat? Aquas is fine. It's a little better with Hellhorn because they do have a couple like high-cost cards that can be really nice to get that boost with. Namely, like Ritual Battle and Last Stand and One Horn's Tome are all like good options for that. Hornbreak is solid. Well, it's okay. Echo Snare is fine. Kinnos Vessel is good, though not exactly what I wanted to see right here. We're definitely taking Serrated Mandibles. It's just good. Even with it no longer being able to proc during combat, that mostly doesn't matter. There's only like 2 things that would proc that anyways. But for the most part, it's just good. Been playing 2 since 3 demo got me into it. March 13th will get here soon. Now Stories 3 is going to be so good. Yeah, like I said, I do want to play it. I just don't know if when I'll actually get around to it. Yeah, especially seeing Brawler here, I'm less excited with the Kinhost Vessel. Brawler is good with Wormkin, since there are multiple like attack boosts that can be used to good effect with Brawler, like even just Keeper of Echoes paired with Brawler is pretty solid, but also Echo Transfer and even Echoes of the Past are quite solid with it. Do I want to do Reaper? Not really, but maybe. Let's just go Brawler. That's fine. Okay. Marker Invasion is a lot less dangerous in a world where we have serrated mandibles. Pirate Steward flipped over in trench coat kind of changed when we chuckle reading patch notes. Yeah, it's something. I am not wildly happy about Pirate Steward. Okay, we're just doing those so that I can build up some charges and kill off some attackers, all that. It's not like the most efficient turn, but we're mostly just trying to preserve defense up on top floor. I always forget that that actually costs real amounts of Ember now. Yeah, we're not going to be able to hatch the egg since I didn't focus on it and I put it on bottom floor. I definitely could have hatched it. I should have hatched it, in fact. We do want to kill you. Because, yeah, not doing much damage here at all. I really just should have hatched the egg is what I should have done. Yeah, I got carried away with other things. Mostly it's that I was trying not to put the egg up on top floor because we'd have some issues. But I do think we actually still just want to do that. Why is Jank so delicious? You tell me, Fury. Okay, we do take some damage this way, although I can do this. Alright. Anyways, thanks for resubscribing, Fury. I really appreciate it. Okay, I need to hatch the egg. Once we hatch the egg, we win, basically, so. And yes, I did that in the wrong order. No, I don't really care all that much. Like, it's fine. I just need to hatch the egg. That's okay. I should have shot the egg, by the way, because it's effectively going to full heal once I hatch it. I get to enjoy Jank for Chinese New Year's, all good? Fair enough. Alright, so we'll do that now just to ensure that we don't have problems. I'll stop taking damage. You should be pretty solid. And even if you did somehow die, we'd be doing a lot of damage with the Reap, because you already have 11 Reap, and this is going to be applying more Reap on hit. And there we go. Yeah, turns out, just hatch the egg. It's that simple. Yeah, I will take... maybe. So, Hidden Passage, generally quite good. A little less good Monster Train 2 for reasons, but generally quite good. We are up against Savagery, though, which does really encourage me to step on bottom floor. There are still ways I can get around that, and Hidden Passage does technically even help with that. Hatching the Kin Host in the early game is such a pain. It's not that bad after a little while. It is bad in, like, the first battle, yes. But, as you can see, in exchange, it wins you the fight. So, I'm not like that upset about it. And also, if I was really concerned and if I were playing correctly, I could also just not take the trial instead of, you know, Sal, always take the trial each and every time. Salamander. But, you know, because, like, the only reason that I was looking to not put it on top floor the first time anyways was just because I took the trial and we were taking more damage on the top floor. Without that, there was, like, no real danger. And even then, it was correct to just put it on top floor. How's taking every trial working for you in Soul Savior? Pretty good. We've still been doing it. For the most part, at least. I mean, yes, I have lost runs, but I don't think that's so much on the trials so much as I don't have most of the souls leveled up, and I'm doing random, and that makes things more difficult. And even then, I'm fine with losing some fights. All this said, I mean, I do want the hidden passage. I think we skip it. Fledgling Imp is good. It's certainly not as universally incredible as it was in Multitrain 1, especially because you can't infuse Welder Helper into it now. Also, Welder Helper frustratingly doesn't give armor to the whole floor like I want it to. But alas. I think we're skipping on Fledgling Imp, though we do want some sort of damage scaling. I will take Return Soul. Although, again, losing the -1 on Return Soul does hurt. That was part of what made it so good. That's not bad. Yeah. Okay. Well then. I was hoping for Shard Soul Carver or Keeper of Echoes. I am considering doing what I don't like doing and abandoning Prince and picking up some sweet Kin Host situation. Which is to say, I am considering not taking this Kin Host vessel, but with the one that I've already got, I'm considering taking the Multi-Strike and Quick that are on offer in the shop and giving it here. So we have a unit that naturally attacks 4 times and applies Reap on Strike and has Quick. Which is not bad, obviously. I could also just take like Multi-Strike Quick for First of Kin, which is also pretty good. We do technically have some consume cards. I do also have the Return Soul now to make even more consume cards. I kind of am tempted to fish for accelerated incubation, though, and just make a floor of multiple eggs and hatch them all at once and live a life of joy and beauty. I still need a way to power them up, because there's not many ways to power up all of my units, unfortunately, but we'll see. I don't know. For the fun of it, we're going to take First of Kin. We're going to do that and that and that. Prince, unfortunately, doesn't matter. What a sad life he'll live, but that's okay. The minus Ember will make my life more difficult, but so be it. Fine. Yeah, unfortunately being on top floor does make the Flagellants quite a bit stronger, which I'm less keen on. Oh, hello, playing First of Kin as well, I see. I mean, I do like First of Kin. It's a good unit. I'm not very well set up for this boss, but so be it. Yeah, unfortunately, Echo Snare doesn't cost 0 anymore, and Return Soul doesn't minus cost you cards, and so it is just not as helpful as one would desire right now. I'm still going to do this, though, for reasons. Okay, so you're hatching now. For some reason, the hatch indicator is broken, whatever. But that does help. It also means I'm no longer taking damage from the flagellants. I finished a run with First of Kin yesterday with around 1100 attack and multi-strike. It was partially thanks to Primordium. However, I never saw Umberstone. Well, that is sad. Okay. So our dude does a lot of damage, but then he dies to the spikes, and then First of Kin just kind of pummels him, and everything's fine. Took a tiny bit of damage from the Vengeful Shards. Who cares? I mean, I do kind of want the Fortified Pauldrons. Ritual Battle, also pretty appealing, though. I don't know. We're going to take Fortified Pauldrons. I mean, I want the Bounding Echoes too, but we'll take Shelter. I had 1700 damage shields before slaying the Titans. Yeah, I don't know that I've ever had 1700 damage shields, at least not on live. I probably have on my testing, but there are definitely a lot of ways to do that. Especially if you were using Symphony of the Soul to double it, and even more so if it's on Primordium. And it's, you know, passing it on with Superfood. How did Sal resist the purple ritual battle? I mean, it was difficult, but also it doesn't work as well with eggs and other things, yada yada yada. So I probably go to the Merchant of Magic. I want to go to the Merchant of Arms, though, to do deployable Fortified Pauldrons and to, like, fuse it with something. And that's pretty solid. But I don't get another Merchant of Magic for quite a while. So we'll go here. It is just good for me to have. Yeah, let's do that. I do kind of want the Spell Chain for this, or maybe the Return Soul. But I think we're doing this. Even though it'd be really nice to minus cost as well, and I didn't, and that's fine. Here we go. Okay. I mean, I was hoping for an event upgrade. I do think we're taking this. I probably want Dominating Control for the melee weakness. The problem is I'm uncertain how good I'm going to be at actually buffing Kinhost Vessel's stats, and just like giving the flat 10 attack right now is maybe worth it. Also, obviously, like, Corruption 20 is not nothing. I mostly don't care about that. But, hey. Yeah, we'll just do this. That's fine. The Blight is going to be annoying, but whatever, fine. Sometimes you get blighted and you suck it up and you move on. No one cares about Pyre Hunter. I mean, I do care about him. The biggest problem being just that he does so much damage by base. But we're just not going to worry too hard about that. This is probably why we upgrade our dude. I was going to originally put this on you, but we'll definitely put it on the frontliner right now. It is nice to no longer have minus Ember. Yeah, that's annoying, but fine. Okay, yes, I know we're ignoring other problems here, and we're taking damage, who cares? The main thing is just we want to hatch the egg as soon as possible, especially because it being quick means that we can then, like, kill off the flagellants before they can do anything. And turns out, that's pretty good. Okay, yeah, this is going to lose the armor we put on it. Not a big deal. Still worth doing. Oh no, I take fire damage. What a terrible fate. I had 2 intrinsic kindles and 2 intrinsic damage shield potions. Also intrinsic, but not zero cost and double buffs. Yeah, turns out. That would do a lot for you, I suppose. Alright, we do a good chunk of damage to Archeon. And then I just don't really need to be taking a bunch of damage here, so let's not. I feel like the 2 new clans are much stronger than other ones. I think they're both good, which is not really a surprise for Wormkin. They were always good, and turns out they're still quite good. Yeah, we'll do that, I guess. Anyways, yeah, Rail Forged are good. And obviously, like, we could still see nerfs to either of these clans. Rail Forged are good. I think people are maybe a little overestimating how good they are, though. But they are very strong. They are a good clan, for sure. I'm still baffled by some people think Wormkin is bad even in the original. I mean, given how much time I spend talking with people and trying to give advice and assistance, I do sort of get it why some people think Wormkin is bad. Not to be rude, but they're wrong. But I do understand. Like, if you're not using the tools that are given to you very well, or if you're, like, overwhelmed by some of the, like, complexity of the clan. Mind you, I don't, like, feel they're super complex, but I also, like, need to take a step back and recognize that I've been playing card games for literally my entire life, basically. So I suppose I'm not, like, the average audience. But yeah, like, I get it, you know. There are a lot of little, like, tips and tricks. Like, you see me shooting my own eggs with my spells all the time. You see me applying Reap to my eggs. You see me, you know, prioritizing Merchants of Magic, where I definitely know that a lot of players, like, heavily prioritize Merchants of Steel and just, like, never even think of going to an early Merchant of Magic. Yada, yada, yada. Like, there's a lot of small things that really can add up to it feeling like more of a struggle than it should. Whereas if you are actually utilizing all the tools given to you, you've got multiple strongly scaling units in the clan, you've got multiple units that have, like, strong, that, like, act as strong buff multipliers, eggs can sort of, like, full heal themselves when they hatch, you've got ways to bring back powerful consume cards, ways to set up more consume, like, they just have a lot of good things you can do, but you do actually have to, like, take steps to use them. So, I do sort of get it, but yeah. Ultimately, they're just a very strong clan. Really wish that Unearthed Remains were infused. Probably should still take it. Not sure I will. Definitely don't want the Wormkin Spike, although it is a lot of Reap, and I am sort of applying a chunk of Reap already anyways. Still think I don't care, though. If anything, it's the Unearthed Remains here. But I think I'm just gonna skip. They really want me to have Kinho's Vessel. Shard Soul Carver is not unappealing, kind of. Especially when I'm basically just looking for defense at the moment. But I also already have First of Kin, who does have a lot of HP, partly because I gave him that. So I will skip, I guess. And we're definitely taking Ember for now. Unfortunately, poor Prince I have largely ignored. We could go here for an upgrade on the First of Kin. I'm actually going to go here just because I'm not that worried, and maybe we get some good stuff here. Artificial Pyrostone I like. Lightstone Casing is very nice. Although, like... yeah, I don't know. We're basically not using Prince, so at least make it possible for him to kill something. Okay. Interesting. Yeah, fine. Don't know that if I want to put the shelter in here or not. Kind of do. Yeah, it's a bit greedy, but we'll do that. That's fine. I do like Artificial Pyrostone. Don't know that I need it right now. Decayed Decoy is cute since I am applying Reap. Don't know that it really actually matters to me. Although, like, I do have Serrated Mandibles. I am applying Reap from that. I'm also applying Reap from the Kinhost once it hatches. Like, that's not bad. I don't think it's, like, super relevant to my desires, though. Lightstone Casing is good. It's a little less good now that I just boxed the shelter, though. So, we're going to reroll. I will take Railhammer. It does make me a little sad that I didn't take the Shard Soul Carver. But okay, that's fine. It's still relevant to my interests. It's just not as incredible. Oh, Mark of Invasion. Never mind. I knew there was a reason I wanted Prince on mid-floor. Then I didn't remember what that reason was. Alright, here's the reason. Look at him go. Unfortunately, he's still getting corruption, but, you know, we're trying here. We're at least mitigating the remaining corruption. This is definitely the most annoying of the invasion trials. The others are still, like, pertinent. Don't get me wrong. But this is definitely the annoying one. Okay, well, at least Prince is doing some damage for us, even if I largely don't care about the situation. Yeah, because you are just going to die. I mean, I can kill the backliner and you'd survive and do some work for us. So we get back the 0 cost one, so we can immediately use it again, and power up the First of Kin. How cool is that? I guess we do kill you, Prince murders that guy, buys us some more time. Oops. Okay, unfortunately, all the armor on the Kinhost is going to be lost when it hatches, but that's fine. We're going to give this to you, which now gives more armor every turn with the Railhammer, which is, turns out, it's pretty nice. We're no longer going to shoot our own dudes up there. And then you should be strong enough. Yeah, you should just be murdering him. And yes, yeah, you're taking all the corruption. For some reason, I thought you had less than 12 corruption. I was trying to figure out the math. But no, that's just what's happening. I definitely did not do what I meant to do. I meant to do this so I could get that back, and I was confused. Anyways, that's fine. Yeah, so I don't have a ton of attack, but it should still be fine against Ajax. Okay, so we do want to kill your buddies. Although I didn't actually need to shoot the back one a second time. Because reasons. It was going to die from the reef either way. Where to buy a glass cannon? I mean, yeah, this is part of why I wanted to go to a merchant of arms so I could fuse something with the fortified pauldron and make it deployable or whatever. And like, yeah, glass cannon would be a solid option. Anyways, our egg, quite good. One Horn's Tome is cute. I think I will take it. Soul Siphon also kind of cute, but the thing is I would want intrinsic on it, and I kind of have more important targets for that right now. Do I actually? I'm not convinced that I do. Nah, I'll still skip, I guess. Anyways, we're going here. Unnecessary now. Give me something I care about, like Hardened Hole. Wing Steel I don't hate. Okay. Do I pivot to Keeper? Yes. Yes, I do. I love Keeper. It's like the best Wormkin unit, so that's understandable. Unfortunately, can't use Void Armament. Not what I wanted. Don't need Chamber of Recall, kind of. It is good. I might want that Zone of Silence, though. Now I wish that I had Artificial Pyre Stone if I'm doing that. Would you like to guess the only card I still need to master? Is it Glugsider? And if it's not Glugsider, which clan is it from? It's Knuckler Steward? That's sad. Okay. I guess we're taking that, and we're making that deployable. Don't love it. I won't have enough Ember to play it unless I take a second Ember upgrade, which I didn't really want to, but oh well, we'll figure it out. Maybe we get Dante's Footstool. Also, we can now fit Prince here, which wasn't the main reason I was doing that. I actually could just run this. I'll tell you right now, this was not my plan. And maybe it's still not going to be my plan. But that's an okay plan right now. Also, 100% wasn't paying attention to what enemies that are here. Yeah, it's these guys. Okay. Definitely should have put the Zone of Silence on higher floor. Oh well. Yeah. I just wasn't paying enough attention. And that's okay. Alright. How exciting. And you have 8 shell. Okay, fine. There we go. Well, that's annoying, but we can play that out, we can play that out, and then we can give that, I guess, to you. And then Prince isn't getting the kill there, even if we use his ability, so... They can do that. Unfortunately, the Fragile doesn't combo super well with the Keeper of Echoes, but that's fine. Which is just to say that Keeper of Echoes is increasing our max HP at the same time it's increasing the attack. And, yeah, here we are. Is it even possible not to use Keeper when offered? It's a very good and fun unit, for sure. It's blasphemy not to use it. Yeah, like I said, I do really like it. Anyways, we kill that. Yes, we're gonna get sapped. It's worth it here. So I can just build up more defense. Because that's the only thing we really need to worry about with him. I mean, kind of. Obviously, we do need to do damage, but like we're doing more than enough damage here. And so my concern is just making sure that we last enough turns to get, you know, the 20 attacks in to kill him. Especially since it's, you know, if we don't have enough attacks, it's not like the Reap is going to save us like it might against other bosses, since that can still only take off one tick of Reanimate, no matter how much damage it's doing. We'll definitely take March of Shields, I guess. Still kind of want that Soul Siphon. I'm still going to skip it, though. What I want is other things. Okay, so there's a dupe there, and there's a dupe here. I might actually go here. I was going to go to the Merchant of Magic, but the dupe is good enough, and there's several artifacts I would love to see. So I guess let's do this. Not actually that helpful, given that I don't have any extract cards. Great artifact, unfortunately not really pertinent. I'm probably not visiting a Merchant of Steel for the Pyrostone Housing. We will take Bog Slime. That was one of the hits. Those are less helpful. So we're either duping the small gift box or duping the Kinhost vessel. Oh, also, even if there was a Merchant of Steel, not helpful. We already have 3 upgrades. And yes, I know that our Keeper of Echoes is fully unupgraded, and that's a bit of a problem. Oh well. I think we're just doing this. I mean, I do really want to just do this. You know what? Let's just do that. Is it correct? No, it has problems. Yada, yada, yada. Here we are. We're probably taking Ember after this, even though I'd love to not, but it is rather useful for me, and so be it. I believe you survive, because I believe it's... whatever I'm trying to say. I believe he has 14 attack to start. Yeah. Unfortunately, not a helpful time to draw one Horn Stone. Yeah, I didn't really want to do that, but I wanted to buy myself a little bit of time here. Okay, we're gonna do that because the Bog Slime means that we do generate charge, so the Reap is actually killing the backliner here. And that's not terrible. Unfortunately, the person can take the big giant beating, and that's an issue. Ooh, yeah, you're both here at the same time, which I don't love. I do like this aspect, though. Alright. Again, not quite as efficient as we'd like, but we're doing okay. And we have hatched one of the dudes, forgot to pop your ability, whatever, it's fine, who cares. You're going to die and may as well, well, I can play that out, I guess. Yeah, whatever. We'll pop your ability before you die. And then our big bad beetle squad goes on a murder spree. And now we've popped the other egg, and here we go. And now, sky's the limit. Alright, he's almost dead already, and is taking a bunch of reap damage. Do I want to do that? I think I basically have to. Because, like, I'm not killing this guy either way. This way I do kill Strix. And, like, I do more damage to him. It's fine. I can take some damage. Oh, wow. What is life but an excuse to take damage sometimes? You know what? Just for the sake of it. I forgot he had spell weakness on. Don't mind me. Definitely that was 100% planned when we got back the Hornbreak. Also, I've not removed cards from my deck yet. And I should remove cards from my deck. Yeah. Those are things that exist. Rage Room's good. It's less good if we're taking a while to hatch the eggs, though. Dark Deal is just a 0 cost, pretty solid card. And Echo Bloom is a lot of charges all at once, and also technically makes the Reap better. I'm just gonna take the Dark Deal. That's fine. And then we are gonna take Ember, and it's gonna depress me a little bit, but mostly it's fine. Sorry, Prince, you basically don't matter. Okay. So So I was considering doing this, and I think I probably am. I mean, I think I have to do the intrinsic, so I just filled up the small gift box, and that was one of the things I meant to do that on. Well, that's a little less helpful. Okay. Concerning. And I did just minus cost you, which then makes the intrinsic less helpful. I still probably want the intrinsic. I think the double stack is sort of unnecessary. And there is a very good reason for making those into consume cards, beyond just it's sort of helpful to make them consume anyways. But with Bog Slime, they now generate charges as well, which is good. Especially because they can generate 2 charges now. Anyways, I kind of have to do this. Because this will block the amalgam damage on bottom floor. Prince can kill off those, then we're killing those. Okay, now I don't take damage. Since my quick dudes will then kill these. I unfortunately haven't hatched one of the guys yet, but we're working on it. And if I leak one heavy, fine, whatever, who cares? Sometimes leaks happen. Okay, now we have one big, beautiful beetle. And then Prince is unsurprisingly killing up there since he got to feast so strongly on turn 1. Alright, so that goes there. Then we're going to consume that same one. Or I can do this, which is dumb. Yeah, I do have an infinite if I want to use it. I'm not going to do the infinite. This is, again, why I really think they should change it to allowing remove consume to be overwritten in combat. Because just in basically every situation where it matters, it causes problems. And, like, it would still be a good upgrade even if you could overwrite it in combat. And also, like, it says remove consume. It's fine. It's fine if it just didn't prevent it from being removed permanently. Like, right there, remove consume. Doesn't say can't be consumed ever, just says remove consume. So, it does irk me, but whatever, fine. Alright, well, there we go. And then, unsurprisingly, we're already strong enough to kill everything, because that's just the kind of person we are. And yes, this was somewhat the improper way to do that. No, it does not matter. As our big, beautiful Ball of beetles will do their job. And now we have just a whole lot of armor. You know what? Sure. We'll play those things out. And yes, we did take Zone of Silence basically just to allow us to not have to set up on bottom floor. So we have a tiny bit of time to build up. Unfortunately, we can't get back the Return Soul with itself because they don't want you to do that. It is disappointing, but whatever. Again, just allow remove consume to be overwritten in combat. That's what it should be. Alright, they attack us once, and then we just murder them real well and good. And yes, we attack into their spikes, but we have a lot of armor, so who cares? Nope, skipping those. Forgotten Trade is cute, but not really necessary. It's not bad, though. But I'm not going to visit the Merchant of Arms, yada yada yada, so be it, whatever. We'll just go ahead and skip. And I am killing most enemies before I allow them to attack in anyways. Too late for it to matter, basically. Not helpful. The Crystallized Wing is a maybe, but basically just not helpful. Sal's on brave and noble quest to make the game too difficult for people with less than 100 hours in. Oh, man. I have called for some nerfs. Like, I still think that Infector Spine Chief 3 does not need to have 4 attacks. Similarly, I think that Sentry Turret is too strong. Yes, it's a cool and fun unit. It's too strong. Also, Juggernaut is probably too much at its current rate per Ember spent. I think its current scaling masks how bland and lame it is as a unit, but that's a different conversation altogether. But yes, you know. Admittedly, I have fought for this game not to get too hard. I want there to be still the ability to do wide and variable winning strategies. Like, that's something I so enjoy about this game compared to some other deck builders, is I like that you can win with sort of any strategy. I like being able to make a variety of different cool things. Stop trying to suck the fun out of everything. Jeez. Yeah. Oh, man. Do I want to double stack this? Yeah, I got Juggernaut's 900 with metalworking half. Yeah, that's doable. But I mean, even just like eating your excess deployment Ember, it comes out with a bevy of stats. And again, I just don't think that's particularly interesting. Like, I know some people like it because it's strong. Because it's like Shadow Siege, but playable and not 6 capacity. But, like, we can do better. We can make it into an actual interesting, fun unit. But, you know, that requires us to actually do that. Anyways, I don't know. We're taking the double stack. It's just a matter of whether we want to put it on the March of Shields, which is probably the responsible choice, or whether we want to put it right here, which is not the responsible choice, but it's good. I think we're just doing this. And then we are going to continue minus costing some things. I guess we'll do it like that. I could remove consume this. I think we're just not. I think it just isn't actually that helpful. I think what we are going to do, though, is we're going to remove you and you. I maybe should have just removed the first of kin instead, even though I like it. So again, we have the responsible choice of dupe the small gift box, or we have the cute choice of make egg number 3. And I think we're making egg number 3. It's not even necessarily like a bad thing, it's just that the worst turns for me are going to be the early turns. And so duping the box would have done more to actually help with what I needed. But I do have exactly enough Ember for this, although we are sacrificing Prince to do it. Is Sal ever taking responsible choices? No. But again, do you really come here for the responsible choices? Is that what you really want out of me? I think not. Yeah, that's the wrong torch for this moment. I mean, I could do it. Don't think I actually want to, though. Oh, I forgot to pop Prince's ability. Whatever. Okay, so the next use of that is going to kill. Again, I do have an infinite if I want it, and I'm vaguely tempted to do it just for the sake of it. But I think we're not going to. Yeah, we'll pop that now, that's fine, and we'll play you there, who cares. Alright, we hatched 2 of the eggs. And you're gonna die, and then we hatch the other egg, and life goes on. And we have 3 90 attack, 4 times attacking monstrosities. We're pretty good. Now imagine if that had double stack on it. Imagine the world. Unfortunately, I am generating a lot of things I can't actually play, but that's fine. We may or may not have put the return soul in the box just so that we could use the 0-cost Echo Break that we also put in the box. Small Gift Box is another one of those cards where I just routinely see people underestimating it. Like, so often I hear people talk about the Garfield box event in terms of like, oh, the obvious and only use for it is to use as 3 removals. Like, commonly I see people say it like, oh, you're essentially just using it to remove 2 stewards and, you know, another unit, whatever. Or just like 3 stewards. Which is a waste. Like, there's just some other very good things you could be doing instead. Like, yeah, that's a good use for it sometimes, but it's an incredibly powerful and versatile event. It is probably my favorite event in the game. Well, let's kill you first, so then we can kill that guy, so then there's one less enemy in the way for me to have to chew through. Because, like, I do have a lot of power, but a lot of it's not actually dealing damage to Seraph. But do we have Ember for infinite armor, or have I misunderstood the infinite? So, it may not actually be infinite, because I think I'll run out of hand size. But yeah, it's not about the armor, it's that we can use the return soul to get back a small gift box, which then generates another return soul, which we can then just get back the small gift box, which we can then get another return soul and get back the gift box. Plus, we're also getting an Echo Break in there as well. And so I can generate infinite charges and do a bunch of damage, and also just get essentially infinite armor if I wait to play out the shelter. Again, the problem is hand size, so I don't think it actually works out properly, but otherwise, yeah. Yeah, but we're not getting anything except Inspire there. Yeah, but that doesn't matter because the Inspire is powering up all of my units. It's also helping me hatch the eggs. It's also making the shelter stronger. It's also making the Echo Break stronger. It's also applying Reap with Serrated Mandibles. Like, it is doing a lot of things for me, all while doing that. Evening, Glacier. How are you doing today, you fine and wonderful fellow? Sore. Fair enough. I hope it's not too sore. Good reasons. Well, I hope it was most excellent and enjoyable in all the ways. Oh no, it's relentless! Yeah, like half of my deck now is just shelters. Not sure, but it was good for me. Fair enough. Well, that accidentally moved to the wrong floor for some reason. And no, I don't need to be doing this, but I was just seeing how it would work out regardless. Yeah, because I still have these two as the first two that come out of the boxes. I think it's always those same two. Oh, no, it is random. Okay, never mind. I thought it was always the same ordering, in which case I could make this work. But, yeah, if it can randomly pop out the shelter, then it is not an actual infinite. If I had another zero-cost card in there, I could. But with it as is, it's not infinite, just a lot. If it always pulled out the correct two cards from the box, then it would work. But or like I said, if I had a third zero-cost card, then it would work. But yeah, as is, not actually an infinite, though there is technically the possibility for us to do it for an extraordinarily long time. Okay. I don't totally need Zone of Silence now. I think we still just want to do it. I think it's still worth it. By the way, I've been meaning to ask you to stack dualism on units. Nope. It's just like double stack in the shop. You can't do more than one of them. Either a unit has it or it doesn't. Unfortunately, don't want the One Horn's Tome, though I do really want to hatch my stuff. But again, this is part of why we're setting up on mid-floor instead of bottom. So I have hopefully have a little bit more time to set up. Unfucking helpful. Okay, he is surviving, just barely. And we are hatching an egg, but, like, that's bad. Also, honestly surprised the prince lived that long. I just kind of assumed he was dying turn 2. Okay, I actually need my box now. Unsurprisingly, I do get the box, but still. Also, I'm still sad that we never got accelerated incubation. It's not really a big deal, but it is sad nonetheless. Okay, so now that's strong enough to kill that. And then we can do that. And then we do that. And then we should be fine. Oh, I guess, you know... Okay, again, much of that armor is lost because it doesn't matter in the back two dudes here, but it keeps the Keeper alive. We did a bunch of Inspired triggers. We're hatching another egg. We're killing. Yada, 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 yada. Sad that you cannot triple stack a spell that was double stacked. I mean, yeah, but there's good reasons for it. Okay, sap, a little annoying for us. Not the end of the world. Maybe should just not be playing out the sap. It's not like I care about my current HP all that much. Again, it might not look like it yet, but we have already won this. I do want to do the One Horn's Tome, but like we kind of just need to do this if we want our dude to survive, and I do kind of want him to survive. So it would have been nice to save the Aquats for now, and I thought about saving it for when we drew the One Horns, but I didn't, and ultimately, it's not a great concern. There we go. That's what I meant to do. You know what? I'll just take the damage. Who cares? Oh no, I'm making the enemy stronger! What a terrible fate. In exchange, I'll just give myself like 34 armor. Plus, I've already killed Entropy and Savagery. Honestly, I don't really need these guys to have 100 plus attack. So, whatever. Yep, just waiting on you. And you know what? Because Serrated Mandibles actually pretty good against Dominion, since he's the only target it can hit, and so as we generate charges to increase the Reap damage, we're also increasing the Reap itself. Yeah, unsurprisingly, he's pretty dead already. Ta-da! Yeah, turns out Wormkin has a lot of really good artifacts. Turns out Wormkin just has a lot of good everything. But, yeah, there we go. Ta-da! I did mean to count up how many crowns we haven't done so I could add a tally, but I forgot. Not that I really need to let it tally up the score, but I like the sound that it makes as it does it. Just very satisfying. Oh boy, unfortunately we did abandon Prince, but like the deck we made was pretty cute. It's just, I do dislike abandoning my champion. Alas, so be it. So be it. If we'd been offered, whatever the thing, Wrathful, I may have tried to fit Wrathful in so you could be the frontliner, but we weren't, and that's okay. Alright, what are we doing next? Kind of want to play Ekka. Probably should do one of the Lazarus things, or one of the Banish things, or one of the Pyreborn things, or Awoken. Still have a fair few crowns here, though we have done a lot of them. Hadn't realized it, but I have done only Spine Chi for the first 5, and then almost only Echo Right for the back 5. Oh no, let's do Hef and Remnant, even though I should probably be playing more Herzl. Yeah, that's fine. We'll just do that. Okay. I really wish that this were Herzl's Horde instead of Aquath's, which is to say, the other extra Ember Pyre, the one that actually matters. Steel Polyclaw, not bad. Dripfall is good. Conductor Steward is a thing. Okay. It's a shame there's no harvest equipment. Interesting. Blights do matter less when we can smelt, but obviously we don't know if we're going to be building heavily into smelting, or if we're just going to kind of remove the salvages from our deck at some point. Fade's First Blade is good, but only if I'm actually using Burnout. I don't know. There is one thing that I kind of already want to do, though I don't know if we're actually going to do it. But it would be cute. Would be cute. If you smelt them with that artifact, do they smelt for 1 or 0? They smelt for 1, if you're talking about with Sinner Salve. Smelt is always for the base cost of the card, for a lot of reasons. Mostly so that it doesn't punish you if you want to, like, permafrost a card and then you want to smelt it later. Or, you know, they just want smelt to be versatile, so you don't feel, like, punished for, you know, drawing the cards that you minus cost, but you really want extra Ember, or you really want extra Forge points that turn, yada yada yada. I'll just take Sinner Salve. We probably should have taken Fade's First Blade. I think we're just taking Weaponsmith. Yeah, we were just taking Weaponsmith. That's fine. Is anyone here building a plot of how much time passes before it becomes cold enough for South to wear his hoodie? Oh, man. At least we're not at the time of the year where I put it on and then immediately take it off within like 10 minutes. Okay, I think we're just doing that, because I think it's just our best play. We have slightly lower stats this way, but it's good. Also forgot we had Steel Polyclaw, so, you know, I spent so much time hemming and hawing over things that I, yeah, here we go. So we are going to do that and kind of abandon you a little bit, but that's okay. Oh, I forgot to use your ability. Whoops. Well, here we go. Is that time of the year called Hydra Arm time of the year? I don't even know what you mean by that. Okay. You definitely want to consume that. Hydra Armed Horror immediately removes equipment. Hoodie isn't equipment. Gotcha. Did not know where you were going with it. I see it now. It's not the most efficient way to do that. That's fine. It was workable enough, I suppose. Oof, you do take a lot of damage this way. We're not actually killing you if I do that. That's not what I meant to do. Yeah, let's just not do that. It'd be nice to have less units on his floor, but I just don't actually need... Oops. Just don't actually need to do that. Hef is gonna die soon. I'm just trying to avoid her dying, but it's not like it's the end of the world if she does. I forgot to use her ability, which is actually a problem. That's fine. It is just incorrect. Which does annoy me. Because I could have used it twice if I'd used it last turn and then next turn. I mean, she would be dying this turn, I guess. But whatever. That's fine. We'll just equip there. She's going to die, but we've got enough bulk over here that we'll be okay. And then your ability's up. And we daze you. And it doesn't matter. And then the whole train attacks. And now... only the conductor steward dies. Unfortunately, because of the way that I played things out, we end up with our bulkier units much further and back. Not a big deal, but it did happen. Okay. Yeah, that's cute. So, both the welding and the assembly room are good here. We're going to take the assembly room, though. Okay, do I want Crushing Demise? I don't think I need it. Although, like, to be fair, I'm sort of building, assuming I'm going to see one specific thing in mind. It's very likely we don't see that, which is to say it is a bad plan. Okay, we're definitely holdovering the drip fall. Sure, I'll take a Paraffin Thug, I guess. Okay. Okay, we're gonna do it like this, I guess. And it's gonna look a little weird, but that's fine. They did change it at some point so that you can now force dazed units to attack. Maybe it wasn't dazed. Maybe it was just inert units. But either way, that does work. So we're still able to kill the flagellant here. Unfortunately, we don't get the gold, but whatever, fine. Yada, yada, yada. How goes the runs? They go alright, Gold Poke. How about you? Don't really want to dupe you. I do want to start moving these guys, but I kind of need to kill these, so here we go. It's got a bed and snowing, so not bad. Fair enough. I don't always want the snow, but when you want the snow and you get the snow, it's certainly good. Alright, we're just going to ignore these guys, basically. Unfortunately, you're not actually killing things like I was hoping you would, but that's okay. Yeah, still not enough for you to get the kill, so I guess we just do that there. Doesn't really matter. Here we are. Yeah, unfortunately, I do actually just take a bunch of damage from that. This is fine. Oh, except now it is less fine. Yeah, not doing it quite like that. I've made mistakes and I'm now paying for them. Okay, whatever, fine. Here we are. God, he was close to death. Anyways, I took a little bit of damage. It's not the end of the world. Here we are. Oh, whoops. I totally forgot I could have done one much better thing here. Totally spaced out. I was thinking that I didn't have enough ember for all the things, but I did forget that I can just salvage that, which will get me the ember that I need. So now we can put you there, and then we can do that, and then that, and then... God, and then you're still not quite dead. Okay, well, fine. We'll take a good hefty chunk of damage and cry. Give me goddamn units, please. Okay, and we get a little bit of gold. What a miserable thing. I was just a little bit away from the kill the entire time and really struggling. We're gonna skip. We're going to take a Wicklash, I guess. Although, not sure I really should have. I do want to go here for a number of reasons. But I think especially... Like, I think I probably want the Merchant of Steel just to make something better. Yeah, I think that's a more responsible choice. Oh boy, it's Juggernaut. I mean, we are going to take him because it's just the correct choice right here, even if it pisses me off as a unit. Could give him Burnout and just watch him die and then repeatedly reform him. Honestly, not the worst thing, kind of, but it's not what I want. I still hate the burst upgrade. I get why it is okay. Doesn't make me hate it any less. Fine. This isn't what I was planning on at all, but it is a very similar plan that will work just fine. Like, I think I lean towards Canio, but on the other hand, we could be giving, even just currently, I could be giving my entire team plus 6 HP, which is not bad. Since I've already got the Juggernaut and the Assembly Room. Yeah, let's just get